One of my favourite trains. Even the nicer one here is in that one before. They're driving it back to it. Kind of seen it, right?
Good morning, guys. Welcome to another video. It's only 25 past 9 in the morning, but I'm going to get cracking on with the scenery video, which is going to start taking place this morning. And apparently there's supposed to be parcel arriving this morning, but we'll see if it does or not. I need to get some scenery plans into place, so I'm going to start that this morning. So I've just plugged in the glue gun. So today we're just going to be gluing in the glue gun stick. The glue gun plugged in, warming up at the moment. We're just putting down all the cork and some of the ballast, which, well, the ballast is not going to go down today, but the cork is going to be going down today, and I've got to do it in sections, so that's going to be very fun. This is going to be so awkward, but yeah. And of course, there's going to be trees, there's going to be a road system, there's going to be a whole setup eventually on this layout. And before I put the track probably pinned down, I thought maybe it's a good idea to put a little bit of a fence line along the stretch here, and means that way you can have a bit of a valley thing going on between the railway line and the station. But I'm going to pin down all the cork today. I'm going to glue it all down in areas that need to be done. Fence wires needs to be sorted. I have got some more fencing to go into the areas that I need to put them into, but at the moment I need to focus on getting these glued in, and these pieces here in the centre for the train track are going to be in use for some of the railway line. If I can get them used for a particular section, then I will. But again, and also got to keep my ears out for parcel as well. So well, then much of a crack on getting this sorted and see how far I can get with it. Trying to think what else I could think of doing. Got some brown fencing up there, maybe I can grab those. Doesn't lean over. Got one of my other fences which might be rather good. That could be done now. I'll be back in a second, guys. Right guys, I'm just coming back and then we can carry on, start making this scenery. Oh boy, this is going to be not easy to override this issue, but we'll get there. We'll get it sorted and see how far we can stretch our limits to, really. Well, overdoing it of course. So we just need to get some scenery down, but how's the glue gun looking? Well, at the moment it looks okay. The high fencing could have a little bit in the centre, which might be good for certain areas, but I don't want to do a massive amount of fencing today. That was not my main plan. The main plan is actually to override some issues. I'm going to bring you guys into the video a bit more and go from my perspective and sort of camera perspective. I'll bring you over here so you guys can see a bit more. I'll tip it down into the platform a bit. Can you see enough? I think you guys can see pretty well. So there's cork and ballast that need to be glued down. So first thing I'm going to do, priority to that, is to move the tripod, and I'm going to move that out of the way. And yeah. So I need to get the platform out of the way for the moment to get that organised. Take out all the stuff for the track for now. I know the track will go back into place once everything else is sorted, but right now I need to get this part sorted first. I'll get on the scenery second. So that way all this stuff can be glued down properly. The glue gun should be warm enough to make a start on it. First point to stick down is this corner, and then secondly it's going to be that corner. I think that one can, and then we need to get onto this corner. Gotta lift it up a little bit to lay it down properly. So I need to pin all this stuff down. How hot does the glue gun get? My gosh, it gets very hot. It's not what they call it, very friendly sort of temperature. Definitely not that sort of warmth. It's much more warmer than that. But yeah, it's not very friendly type of temperature when it comes to the glue gun. I'm going to bring it all the way back to where the next bit of glue needs to take place. That's the next bit done. I'll put another one there, another one there, another one there, and the last bit right at the end of the cork where that out the way. And I'm going to gradually push it in because that way I don't have to burn my fingers in the process of doing this. Pretty good. I mean, I did kind of rush parts of it, but it doesn't look too bad for what it is. The old glue gun is, well, it doesn't work, so I got myself a new one last year to replace the old one. So how am I gonna, well, the broken end, this broken end is going to be on that section there. So I might as well glue some of the edges along here to make sure options no way they can stick rather well. Platform is going to be glued down. I'm just going to keep my fingers out of the way. Bring it down around about there. Just make sure everything's going to be glued in the place properly. Otherwise, it will be an utter nightmare if this thing doesn't go to plan. Platform is in. So yes, there's a bit of a gap between them, but that's not too bad. But yeah, it doesn't matter if they're slightly off from each other. And of course we've got a little hut which will go on the platform as well to make sure it makes it a little bit more, I don't know, the right word to probably be suitable for the platform. So we put this on there. There we go. That's suitable. I glued it onto the platform. So we've got a good start of the layout being taken priority. So I don't need to put too much detail down for the moment because it's just mainly focused on getting the cork sorted for now. I will get some minor sections sorted out on it to make sure everything's going to be properly set in. It's too much to reach over there. What's going to happen when I reach around the entire layout with the glue gun? Just stick in the cork or the ballast. The thing is, this tree does not want to sit because it's where it is. I don't know if it's going to sit at all. Yeah, it's not going to sit. The only section I really want to get some more scenery done is on platform 2, between the trees. Because around this section here I can put like little car parks in on platform 2. And then, yeah, once I get that sorted out, it should look much better. But for now, let's get focused on getting the track down next. That's the key thing. Oh, let's get the ballast put in next. That's our main next goal, is to get those in. So that piece there could work very well. Glue that in. There seems to be a bundle of these things. I'm not too sure that's going to squeeze in properly, but we'll try. This goes, and they go in there, and then they sort of line up. Is that my guess? They're going to be glued close to each other like that, and then they can have it aligned right along beside each other. Should be what my plan is. Because once we get the cork in, it is for the track bed, then everything else should hopefully gradually fall into place from that. Fingers crossed. The centre bits, well, the centre bits are going to be more tricky. Is there going to be any holes to be dug into? Holes? Well, there's going to be a little bits of holes, I guess. Small centre holes here for the trees and things like that. But yeah, they're not exactly new trees, but it will hopefully do the trick for the time being. The railway line itself is not going to be running mainly today because there's too much to be done. Intercity will get into repair. I'm going to make some time to get that sorted. Platform 2, well, this one is going to have a fence going behind the platform. There'll be a small section close to the end of the platform edge here. So this point here will be its end point. But it means you go fairly close to the line without being too daft about it. So it can be down here somewhere where the fence can be put into place. At least that way they can look a little bit more realistic. So, you know, any point of doing it too big. It could be like that. Yeah, that could work. But I'm not going to do it like that at the moment because the idea was having a fence line all the way along one side, then another section on the all the way the other side as well, which will suit it well once we get it all sorted out. But at the moment, everything's going to be suited to the right length. That was snug in, I think. I want to take a little more off of the cork, just a tiny bit. That should squeeze in perfectly now. No, now I made it too short. Oh, that's typical. Let's go that in. Still too long. It's very hard to get the accurate length to be matched out for the cork to sit down on. I mean, yeah, I could cut out a new layer, but don't really need to be honest. I'm trying to use what I've already got available before I cut anymore. Because, I mean, yeah, it might look a tad messy, but it's heritage railway, so it's not going to be 100% perfect, but it's going to be around about 98% perfect, which should do the trick just fine. I'm going to take this tripod and I'm going to move the tripod out of the way for now. Just, I don't want to interfere what I'm doing. Interfere with scenery right now because, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare to get all this sorted. Get those bits out of the way. And then I'll chop those bits in half. Now I need to chop out this section. I'm not sure what the length I need for this one, but something reasonable, I guess. So, bring it back down to where the CV is going to go in. I'm going to move those that way for now. And then I just need to put in lengthways. I'll keep the glue gun on today because obviously we need it to set up this scenery. There might not be a video tomorrow, but today, there will be a video today. I'm not 100% sure about tomorrow yet, I haven't really decided on that one yet, but we'll see on the day. That could work if that cork was lined up and smoothed out. That could work if it wasn't for the issue which we got occur. Right, yeah, the cork could be the miniature sizes pieces, which could be good for like scenery and stuff like that. It could be good for smaller things, but not so good for the track laying. Once the cork is down, we'll work on the cork and I'll get the track cleaned before we have any trains running on it, because yeah, it's one overdue for a clean. Right, let's get the rear gun over here. That's going to be glued in right here. And yeah, this, as I say before, the stuff gets lethally hot. It really does get rather toasty, to say the least. So yeah, this video does come with a warning. For people who are not used to touching glue guns. Let's smooth that down. Hopefully everything will be alright. So yeah, you might see platforms are going to be very particular. and I glue them into place. These round a bit of core can be used for other things, so it's not really the end of the world. How long is this really going to be? Well, it's going to be as long as it is. As I say, this stuff gets really hot, so I don't recommend to play around with this thing, because, yeah, you'll have your fingers burnt off if you don't consider how dangerous this stuff gets. Generally, I would have something to protect my hands when I'm using such things, but sometimes it's not that simple, especially during when you're putting priority of doing stuff to your own layout. It's just being cautious when using it, because, yeah, glue guns are very dangerously hard. You don't know what you're doing with them, and you can chance to burn yourself with them. And if anyone's looking to build their own railway, their dream layout, then go for it. Just be wise to be careful in using such tools. I mean, for me, I have used tools like this many times before, so it's not actually my first time using things like glue guns or soldering irons or things like that. I do have some level of experience to be wise of using a hot machine like this. It does get really hot. But if anyone comes along and saying, well, I want to build my layout and I don't know how to do it, what my first step to go to? Well, if you're on building your layout from scratch, then I highly recommend to be cautious when you do build your layout from scratch of how you want to approach it and think how you want it to look. Not good for other people's reasons, but do it for your own sake. I mean, just don't, expect that everything will be perfectly in one day. Because nothing is perfect. But model areas can be perfect when you take your time and dedication to it, but if you want it to look very specific and very very well detailed setup, which some people really want that sort of theme, which is perfectly fine, because, you want something like that, just take it time, work your way through it, and find the pictures and images you may want to make me how you want it to look on your own layout, which to me makes more sense, but everyone's different, of course. And to be honest, my dream layout is very particular for my own benefits, obviously, because obviously my passionate train would be the 43, and I have a railway. Well, I want to have my dream layout dedicated to the 43 sets, mainly because they hold most value to me in my life. They give me great memories as when I was young. And even when some people prefer aiming their dream model layout from Steam era, there's a lot of people who like Steam, and there's a lot of people like diesels too. It's just depending on what you're aiming for your dream layout. Just the scenic side scenery does not matter too much if you don't have it lined up perfectly on the sides, because on the sides of the layout where you're building up your dream layout, which will be how you want it and not someone else, which means that the dream layout is going to come with pros and cons with every layout you build, even if it's for someone else or for your own benefit. Pros and cons of owning your own model array. Yep, and I just caught my finger in that. That stank. Damn. It's like putting your hand in boiling hot water. That's how tense your finger can be. It goes numb after a while after touching it, but yeah, it does hurt, and it does really burn your skin as well because it's that hot. Even me, sometimes when you're doing scenery like this, you still get caught in the crossfire sometimes. But as I say, so let's be wise about, if you want to build your dream layout, I always say be careful, because at the end of the day, when you're building your own dream layout, a lot of people will say a lot of things, but not to take into account of how caution that building your dream layout can take, especially when you're using things like glue guns, soldering irons, even things like using drills. All those things that can require dangerous, because they are not safe at all for people either underage or very unexperienced with hot tools. I nearly did that again. Nearly had that moment. Nearly burned myself again. There won't be any running videos today. I'm not 100% sure when my next running video will be. It might be towards the end of the week, or maybe on Thursday. So over today, and there'll be train videos on Friday, I think, at some point. But there won't be anything over. I don't think there will be anything this weekend for myself, but yeah, you can see where the track's going to sit. The sidings are going to be over on the far side, so they're not going to be over here. The centerpieces are going to be for scenery, if I wanted to aim for that. But so far, this is what I'm doing so far. It does look a little messy, but overall it's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. I do want to get some more trees in though. So, as I say, I'm going to just keep my camera distant away from the glue gun, because I don't want to ruin that sort of thing. How much scenery am I going to put down today? There'll be a fair amount, I would say. So yeah, there's going to be a fair amount over this week where I'm going to just focus on getting my dream layout set up and planned out and putting into action, so to speak. There won't be anything too exciting for this week when it comes to anything else. Because it will stay there. Once it dries off, it should be alright, but at the moment it's still drying off. So, this is all I'm going to be doing for today. It's a little messy, but as I say, it is a heritage rally for the 43s, and it's going to be dedicated to the Class 43 sets. Only for one exception will be the Class 66 for the freight train, and that will be the one section. So there will be one particular siding for this layout for that. The rest will be for the 43s. So there'll be a whole bundle of 43s. And there's going to be any numbers of 43s that you could think of, all going to be running on this layout in due time. Between East Coast, In City Swallow, In City, British Rail Blue and Yellow. There'll be a whole bundle of piles from East Midlands and Virgin trains, and maybe I think there's the first ScotRail one. I think I could be entirely wrong on that, but I do think there is the first ScotRail one somewhere. Yeah, it's only 10:02, so we've got a little while longer. Don't need too much longer, but we need a little while more to just get some few finished touches to this next part of the layout build up. So we'll do about another few more minutes getting this sorted, and then wind it off from doing that. So we'll get the next bit done, and then excuse me. Railways, model railways, and real things are, well, you might have noticed they are very scenic sort of railway systems that you can get in the UK. Some parts of railways can be rather plain, depending on the landscape they're going around. Or if it's very plain, then you just basically see shrubs everywhere and not really much else going on, which is kind of boring. You need some more scenic railway routes, which is a place like Dawlish does at least have all that going on. But again, they can be very unscenic routes, like some of the ones I've been on. I mean, Tiverton Parkway is one of the good examples of saying it's kind of plain in its scenery design, because it really is not really much going on with the railway there. Literally gives a station with well, I would say there is technically a bit of scenery, but it's not really much. But Taunton has definitely got much more going on if you want to get some inspiration for your layout. Taunton has got far more going on for scenery wise, and for definitely its station ideas. Then Dawlish is probably your more go-to place if you want to have a particular fashion of station design, which means that you'll have to spend your time getting your plan for the railway by going places, get some photos, get some going to places, and see the tracks, what they got available there. Get some photos, get some ideas, and build it up from there. I mean, that's how my layout's going to start. because obviously I took pictures there multiple times slash videos, and yeah, it means that I'm really underway of what I'm aiming for with this layout. It's far more, and I'm not going to do it all in one day. This is not a project I could do in one day. I'm doing bits at a time. Some bits I'm doing on camera, some bits I'm doing off camera. So it's a challenging thing to do, but it's worth it for me. Because eventually, once I hybridize this layout, with one being DC and one to be DCC, then that makes my life a little easier to make plans with the railways, because model railways is very pricey, but at the same time, it's also very enjoyable. I mean, I rather spend my time being passionate at things I enjoy over things that I don't enjoy. And I think everyone's the same when it comes to things they enjoy. And going in these corners that's a nightmare. Once they close into place, then perfect. It's just getting them into place is more than a nightmare. But I won't be putting any messy fencing down, that's for certain. I'm going to be putting in some metal fencing in places to make sure everything it can be clean as possible for the layout. But as I say, I think we'll just go from building all this up and go from there. There we go. I could go down the back here. But as I say, I'm not going to be putting loads of fencing in today. This will be it. I'm not going to go flying through all this and decide on the design of every bit of selection of scenic routes, which won't be an ideal plan, but I try to just do it in as smooth as possible and not burn my fingers off, which would be nicer if I don't do that, because burning my fingers, definitely not my thing. I'm trying to just bring it in close as possible without doing anything else. I always recommend that when you're doing scenery, start on your layout, say like your core laying down before you put the track on top, and then you got basically the idea of layout, which, as I say, your layout plans could change through time, or you might want to add something to it. But I mean, that could be someone else's layout, and they might go for something particular. What am I doing? Well, at the moment I'm just putting the cork down along the railway line. And before I can put the track on, I need to put the cork down first. And then that way we can start working on new bits. And yeah, it might not look accurate at the moment because everything is still new and starting to lay. But I mean, all this is cork. This is a couple of trees, some fencing going in just along the edge. These are the stations. The over there is the updated kind of modern shed. It's got its blue background windows. I've still got more than about 120 square foot or something to fill out all this area of the railway. It would look something like this once it's complete. So these two will be very much alongside each other, alongside much as I can. They're going to look something like this. They're going to have a bit of a gap between them once the track starts going in, and then once we get all the track is put in, and then we'll start pinning it all down. Then we can work on wiring before I put the ballast on top, because obviously they're going to be drilling somewhere underneath the sections here where they can drill the wires for all the signal towers, which are going to be on the sidings, but there's going to be one or two up this end, for one for the siding for the 66 putting the freight train, because I think, I'll tell you what, we'll get this last section done and I'm going to end it off here, and then we can carry on this for the next part. So let's get this last bit of the section in, so we can concentrate on other things we need to get done for today. As I say, I'm not putting any promises on if I do a video tomorrow or not yet. It happens, but if it doesn't, then you have got these other videos that I'm going to be bringing out this year for up plans for new various designs, and I will be turning back to Train Group at some point this year for, I don't know how much longer, but I'm going to be taking parts of it soon because I've been for a while. But I guarantee there won't be much going on next week. Mainly because I've got someone else's birthday to tend to. So there'll be nothing on one particular day of the week next week for that. Which will be Friday, I think. Because that's the thing she's considering. There we go. And I only got my HMO from that time, which is not so bad. Still not great, but once we got the ballast on top of it, it shouldn't look too bad. But at the moment, it's still very much in the process of building it. Also, as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. It doesn't look too bad. I made much worse designs before. This is pretty good going, considering. Track needs a good clean. Well, I'm gonna get some track cleans today with some hot soap and water. I think those two should do the trick for that. And once all the track is laid and the cork is laid, and then we'll work on the track. Then once all the cork is laid, the whole tire layout, we can start pinning these things down, and then put the ballast on top, and then start to looking at other potential options. Obviously, I'm not gonna do the whole system entirely yet, because let's face it, it's gonna take some doing. But I'm gonna do it bit by bit, and so I hope you guys enjoyed this scenery video, updating my Dream Model A layout, and if you did enjoy seeing what you've seen, give it a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, guys, from my build of my Model A Dream layout, I'll catch you all guys again very soon. Have a great day. Peace out.
guys enjoying this little unusual little turn of events. There's a carriage line right beside the main line.